It's war in Madrid as Kylian Mbappé has sparked outrage by claiming he's become Real Madrid's fourth attacking option. Coach Álvaro Arbeloa immediately denied that version of events, casting a chill over the whole affair, while João Pedro emerges as Barcelona's top target in a major transfer twist. Welcome to 12th League Daily, the sharp daily roundup of football news. In Spain, there is only one name on everyone's lips and on every printing press: Kylian Mbappé. But this time it is not for celebrating a hat-trick, it is total chaos at the White House. The honeymoon is definitely over. Marca's headline leaves no room for doubt: the Bernabeu does not forgive. With the many controversies the Frenchman has been dragging behind him over the past few weeks, the stadium booed both its star, Kylian Mbappé, who came on in the 68th minute, and Vinícius Jr., despite the 2-0 win over Oviedo. But the fire really caught behind the scenes, with tensions rising between the Frenchman and his coach, Álvaro Arbeloa. AS, which runs with La Bronca Final, the final bust-up, goes back over the incident. Kylian Mbappé spoke in the mixed zone after the win, openly expressing his frustration at not currently being in the starting 11. The French forward began the match on the bench and then laid bare his discomfort to the journalists. He told me, "I am the fourth attacker in the squad," implying he has slipped down the attacking hierarchy.
Estoy muy bien, 100%. Yo no he jugado porque el míster me ha dicho que para él soy el cuarto delantero de la plantilla, detrás de Mastontuono, Vini y Gonzalo. Al final acepto y juego el tiempo que tengo a jugar, y yo pienso que jugado bien, ha dado una asistencia a Jude y hemos jugado bien, hemos ganado. Es importante ganar en casa y siempre ser positivo.
Asked about those comments in his press conference, Arbeloa's response, as reported by the entire Madrid press, was ice cold. "I didn't tell him that, but he can't be a starter, especially when 4 days ago he was unavailable for another match. Here, I make the decisions."
Yo he dicho que para mí un jugador que hace 4 días no pudo ni estar en el banquillo teniendo un partido dentro de 3, yo he considerado que lo mejor era que saliese la segunda parte y que fuese titular, como va a ser titular el próximo domingo. Para mí eso es un planteamiento que como entrenador creo el más lógico. Creo que además Gonzalo se merecía el premio de jugar hoy y nada más. Y vuelvo a repetir, entiendo que todos los jugadores que hoy no han iniciado no estén contentos, como me pasa todos los días, pero aquí, mientras esté yo en esta silla, yo voy a decidir quién juega y quién no juega. A mí me da igual cómo se llamen o cómo no se llamen, y si les parece bien, bien, y si no, pues que esperen al siguiente.
Sport piles on with a headline that leaves no room for interpretation: Incendio Mbappé. The Catalan daily almost seems to be enjoying the situation, pointing out that Mbappé even publicly praised the work of Xabi Alonso, his former coach, seemingly to take a swipe of Arbeloa. Arbeloa hit back by reminding everyone that Kylian was scoring more goals in the first half of the season and far fewer now. The atmosphere in Madrid's dressing room seems closer to a nuclear reactor going into meltdown than a club celebrating success. It is such chaos that President Florente Pérez was seen arguing with fans in the stadium, and even banners against him were torn down. While Madrid burns, Barcelona are getting on with the rebuild. Sport drops a bombshell in its top banner: Lewandowski heading for Saudi Arabia. The Pole could be saying goodbye to Camp Nou this Sunday in the clash against Real Betis, making way for a new era. At 37, the captain of Poland is still being courted by European giants such as Juventus, AC Milan and FC Porto, but the striker is expected to snub all those continental heavyweights. He is reportedly set to head either to Chicago Fire in MLS or to Saudi Arabia. To replace him, Mundo Deportivo leads with its Sube Baja section, up-down. The priority target under Sube is Chelsea's Brazilian João Pedro, who has become the sporting department's #1 objective. By contrast, the Julian Alvarez track is cooling, Baja. If Atletico Madrid have to sell their World Cup winner, they would prefer to send him to PSG rather than strengthen a direct rival like Barca. His price, around €140 million, is enough to cool Catalan enthusiasm. João Pedro is therefore a much more realistic alternative for the club, as he has been a key figure in Chelsea's attack this season, scoring 15 Premier League goals and providing 5 assists. Across the channel, football sometimes leaves the pitch and moves into courtrooms and training ground bushes. It's the story driving England mad. Mirror Sport and Star Sport devote their front pages to what they call the Spygate. The Championship playoff final between Hull City and Southampton, scheduled for Wembley, is under threat of being postponed. The reason? A Middlesbrough fan caught a Southampton trainee hiding behind a tree, mobile phone in hand, spying on a closed borough training session before their semi-final. Star Sport goes with the humorous headline Snooper Loopy, showing a supporter with binoculars to mock the whole affair. Southampton then beat Borough over 2 legs, winning the decisive match in extra time, and must now face Hull City in the playoff final. However, it's still unclear what punishment the Saints could face if they are found guilty, with Middlesbrough apparently continuing to train in hopes of taking their place at Wembley. An independent commission meets today to decide the fate of the Saints. If they are found guilty of systematic espionage, they could face outright exclusion from promotion. Meanwhile, in the Premier League, Arne is trying to reassure the Reds fans. The Liverpool coach tells them he will still be there next season, despite a disappointing league campaign. He insists, "I never considered resigning."
I don't think I'm deciding that alone on myself, but I have every reason to believe I'm the Liverpool manager next season. First of all, I'm contracted to this club, and second of all, from all the talks we are having.
In London, Mikel Arteta is sweating for his key men. Jurriën Timber is racing against time to be fit for the Champions League final in Budapest against PSG on 30th May. The Dutch defender, who has been struggling with a groin problem since March, is in a frantic race to get back to full fitness. Crossing the Mediterranean, we arrive in Italy, where the chaos is no less intense than in Spain. Milan Cambio headlines La Gazzetta dello Sport in giant letters. Jerry Cardinale, the boss of Redbird, the American investment fund that owns AC Milan, has given a lengthy interview in which he does not hold back. "I will assess everyone. Without the Champions League, it is a failure." He also admitted that he has spent a lot, but not well. But it's Corriere dello Sport that offers the juiciest behind-the-scenes detail under the headline Milan sottosopra, Milan upside down. Massimiliano Allegri, the coach, is ready to walk away. Why? He can no longer tolerate Zlatan Ibrahimovic's interference on the technical side. Allegri is said to have issued an ultimatum: either the board changes its structure and stops the Swede's tactical advice, or he leaves at the end of the season, with the national team perhaps on the horizon. While the red and black half of the city tears itself apart, Inter Milan are enjoying their doblete. La Gazzetta reports an injection of €150 million from Oaktree, the club's owner. Fresh major investment to strengthen the Nerazzurri dominance. A sense of calm that stands in stark contrast to the storm raging in Milanello. In Turin, Tuttosport looks to the future with a very azzurro front page. Coyote Scalvini, Azzurro Juve. Juventus are looking to Italianize their defense by targeting 2 young Italian gems. Scalvini, Atalanta's centre-back, is valued at €40 million by Gasparini, but the old lady seems determined to make her new pillar. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. See you soon for the next episode of 12th League Daily.